tonight on the Dan Reeves Show. Highlights of the Super Bowl. We'll get Dan Reeves' reaction. We'll look back at the '86 season, and we'll look ahead to next year.
This is the Dan Reeves Show, brought to you by Prince Limousines and Luxury Rent-A-Cars, the Rocky Mountain region's largest and most professional limousine service. By your Western American Ford dealers. And by Budweiser, Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. And now, here's Ron Zappolo.
Good evening and welcome to the final Dan Reeves Show. It's tough to come home after the game yesterday, but the parade had to pick up your spirits a bit. Well, it really did, Ron. To have the fans that we got certainly makes it a lot easier. I think as I told the players after the parade, that hopefully this will be just a dress rehearsal for the real thing next year. And I know that's what our players want. We're going to work very hard to get back next year. And I think that our players realize how close we came to winning a world championship. And I feel like this offseason is going to be one of a very determined group of young men that want to battle back and win a world championship.
It's amazing the love this city has for its football team.
Well, it is. You know, I was amazed when we had 63,000 people to send us off last Sunday before we went to Pasadena, and then to come home after a loss like that, to have the fans welcome us home like that, and particularly Rich Carlos. You know, I really don't know how badly Rich hurts. He feels like he lost a football game, which in no way is that true. You know, we lose it as a football team. There's so many plays that could have made a difference in that ball game. And, you know, Rich is one of the main reasons that we made it to Pasadena. And so, you know, it was nice to see, I think, the support and the love that the fans gave Rich in the parade.
When you think back on the whole weeks from now, is there one thing about this past week, or maybe the game, or anything about the week that you think you'll remember more than anything else?
Oh, probably so. I don't think there's any doubt. First and goal to go on the one. I'll remember all, you know, the entire offseason.
How many times did you play that over in your mind last night?
Well, from the time we left on the bus from Pasadena to the time we got back to the hotel, which was probably about 2 hours, that's all I could think about. And, you know, the many different things that I could have done or should have done in that situation to see that didn't happen. But, you know, that's a learning process. You know, when I looked at the film on the plane ride back, you know, really and truly all we had to do is execute, and any three of those football plays would have scored. So, you know, the calls certainly sometimes can be better plays that you could run in those situations, but had we executed the way we should have, you know, all three of those plays would have scored also.
Had you scored there, do you think in your heart you could have won the football game?
Well, I think our football team would have been tough for them to be denied. We would have gone in with a big lead at
minimum
halftime.
17-7.
You know, a big lead at halftime, and you know, I think the safety was a big play also, which could have been turned around. You know, it only takes one play to turn a football game around, and all of a sudden you get a catch that I felt very certain at the time that Clarence K made the catch, and the next play we end up losing the football on a safety and giving them 2 points. So, you know, there were a lot of big plays in the ball game, but that's usually the difference. You know, you look back on a ball game at 2 or 3 plays that you should have made or could have made, you know, make the difference, and you just got to give the Giants credit. They made the plays that they had to make to win the football game, and I don't think there's any question that they are the best football team in the National Football League and deserve to be world champions.
Okay, we'll come back. We'll take a look at the highlights in just a minute.
Hey, Colorado, Fashion Carpets has now gone to a low-profit wholesale to the public concept in all of their huge warehouse locations, featuring vinyl flooring from Tarkett. Fashion Carpets has the largest floor covering and remnant selection in the state of Colorado, with prices starting at $2.99 per square yard and savings up to 70%. Fashion Carpets is Colorado's only wholesale carpet warehouse open to the public. Come to Fashion Carpets for the floor covering deal that can't be beat. Fashion Carpets are the only discount department stores for your floors, and dealers are welcome.
Hi, I'm Sammy Spine, here to tell you a little bit about your spine. Do you know that your spine is made up of 24 movable segments which twist and turn every time you do? Well, sometimes these segments can become stuck, causing pressure or pain and muscle soreness. In severe cases, even nerves which go down into the arms or legs can become pinched.
Hollstrom Chiropractic offers free spinal examinations to help find your problem.
I don't feel very good about this.
I know.
So what do you think I should do?
I think we both know the answer to that question.
But what if it hurts?
With today's modern procedures, a trip to the dentist should be a pleasant experience.
No, it's easy for you to say. You're not the one who has to go.
Your teeth are important to your health and appearance, Dad. Now, come on, what do you say?
Will you go with me?
Hold your hand all the way.
For the innovative dentist nearest you, phone 922-4444.
Now, at your Western American Ford dealer, 3.9% financing. Get $3.9 or $600 cash back on 4x4 Bronco 2. 3.9 or $500 cash back on Rugged Rangers. Now, during Traction Action Days at your Ford dealer. Big savings on all front-wheel drives and 4x4s. But hurry, this is a limited-time offer. Big savings, 3.9 financing, cash back. See your Western American Ford dealer today.
I'm not ashamed to admit, I thought the last 4 or 5 days you were going to win the football game. And when the game started, and I saw how it started, and what you did in the first quarter moving the ball, I was convinced you were going to win the game.
Well, I had a good feeling about the ball game. We had practiced very well. We start out the game with a play-action fake, and John goes back to pass, and he looks downfield, and it just opened up for him, and he ran for about 12 yards, I think, in a first down, and I think that was the thing that bothered the Giants. Prior to the game, they were scared of John running the football. We moved it on down. They stopped us on 3rd down and 2 on a running play to Sammy Winder, and Rich Carrs came in and kicked a 48-yard field goal, which I think tied the longest field goal for our Super Bowl, and so we take a 3-0 lead. I also think that's only the second time that a team has scored on the opening drive. New York comes back, and Phil Simms hits Stacy Robinson on 3rd down here. He caught us in a blitz and ran a good route to the outside against Steve Wilson to put him down around the 23-yard line and set him up in good position. On the goal line, they faked to Joe Morris right here and got our line moving, and I isolated one-on-one here with Zeke Mowat, and Zeke catches a football, and the lead was 7-3. The Giants at 7-3 at that time.
But you come right back in the next
Well, we
series.
did. You know, I think the people that saw the Rose Bowl saw a spectacular show. They always put on a great show there. And
they do.
But we come right back, and John goes back to pass here, and he hits Sammy Winder on a screen pass. Very well set up screen pass. And Sammy gets a couple blocks there from Billy Bryan and Keith Bishop, and he gets knocked out of bounds by Harry Carson. He hits him out of bounds. They throw a penalty, and then I believe that Lawrence Taylor picked the flag up and threw it at the officials. So they gave him 2 15-yard penalties. On 3rd and goal to go from the 3-yard line, we run the quarterback draw, and John makes a great effort to get it in the end zone, and we again go out in front 10-7, and I felt real good. 2 possessions, we had really driven the ball right at the New York Giant defense, and you know, they had only given up 3 points in 2 ball games, and we felt like all week we could move the football against the Giants, and we did a good job of it. We just came away at a couple times with no points when we should have put some points on the board. But John passes here, and this is a great throw. He moves out of the pocket, eludes the rush, and on the dead run hits Vance Johnson, you know, downfield for about 47 yards and a first down to put us in excellent field position again.
John had a terrific day.
Yeah, he really did. He makes a great throw here on 3rd down and hits Steve Sewell down to the 1-yard line. And here's on 3rd and goal to go from the 3-yard line. We try to run a sweep left, and we missed the block on the safety, and Sammy had to turn back inside, and the Giants' pursuit just wiped us out from the backside. But Rich comes in to try a 23-yard field goal, and he just hits it way out to the right. I thought he rushed the first one. Just didn't give us time to get the ball down, and of course that's disappointing when you work that hard for the points and you get down there and you come away with nothing. And you know, I was more concerned about running the 3 plays and not getting it in the end zone than I was missing the field goal. John comes back, and this was a play after a catch by Clarence Kay that they ruled was incomplete, and on 3rd down from the 16-yard line, they trapped John in the end zone for a safety to cut the lead at the half to 10-9. And you know, certainly that was a big play. The defense did a good job of holding them and, you know, keeping them from moving the football after that. But it made the score 10-9. We got the football back after we punted to him on the safety, and John rolls out here on a planned scramble to the left side, goes across the field and hits Steve Watson on a post corner route. And you see a great throw right there. Good route by Steve to get open, and a good catch again, put us down in extra field position right before the half. Rich comes in and tries a 34-yard field goal and misses it out to the right again. I just think that one he really tried to guide it through there rather than just, hitting it. And that's what I told him at halftime. He just had to, let it fly, line it up, and let it go. That's what happened on the 48-yard he made. So we just felt good about it, and I felt like at halftime I said, Rich, it's going to be a close football game, and you'll get a chance to win it for us in the second half. And I think had we played as well as we could, that would have happened, but we just didn't play well, and the Giants did a great job.
Okay, we'll come back, and we'll take a look at the second half highlights, so don't go away.
Novak's mission possible is to sell 150 new 87 Bronco 2 and Ranger pickups. Offer your customers Ford's new 3.9% APR finance rate, or give the customer cash back of up to $1,200 matched by Rosen Novak. You heard right, Lou. 3.9% APR financing or up to $1,200 cash back from Ford. As always, it's a pleasure working with Rosen Novak Ford, the softest sell in town.
Be right back, Pop.
This bud's for all that you do.
Hey, come here. This here?
Hey, my glove. I found out Pop worked overtime to pay for it. He was always knocking himself out to give us something better.
Sounds a lot like you.
Budweiser, the king of beers,
Hey, Pop.
salutes everyone who's ever worked for more than just a paycheck.
Thanks. I think that's my line.
This bud's for you.
Grandma, how's your cold? Can we still go to the park?
I don't know, honey. My nose is so sore.
Rascal and I brought you my favorite cap. And Pops.
Thanks, sweetie. But why Puffs?
Mommy says Pops are soft on your sore nose.
They're really soft.
Puffs are puffed to be soft.
Feel better, Grandma?
Yep. You can always learn something new. Right, Rascal?
Puffs softens the blow.
At Prince Limousine, we specialize in total ground transportation services with an extra touch. From the airport, your office, home, or hotel, Prince Limousine offers luxurious transportation services to fit any lifestyle. So whether it's an intimate eating on the town, a special event, meeting, or group gathering, Prince Limousine offers luxurious transportation services to fit any lifestyle. Choose the Rocky Mountain region's largest luxury limousine service, Prince Limousine.
Well, they come out the second half run, and we just couldn't stop him. Phil Sims threw the ball extremely well. He fakes the draw to Coughlin there and hits Leverson down to the 16-yard line, and very well executed play. Held our linebacker and froze him a little bit, and opened up the halfback in behind everybody. And
He never
makes another good throw here to Mark Rivero, and we actually had him double covered there, and he beats double coverage, and he's a big target. He's got good hands, good quickness, and I think he's the best tight end in football right now because he does everything, and he's such a, a big guy and a big target. And they just marched downfield in 61 yards very quickly, and they came back on the next possession and run a flea flicker. They pitched it to Joe Morris. Secondary got sucked up on the play and tried to react back and cover the deep guy, and then they hit McConkey out underneath everything before he's finally tackled by Mark Haynes down on the 1-yard line. It was a very well executed play, and certainly caught us by surprise because figured with the lead that they had, they were going to run the football and try to drive it down. And they come back, the next play, they hand off to Joe Morris here, and you see some great blocks, cut everybody down on the ground. He goes in the end zone standing up, and he didn't have one of his great games, but they used the passing game really to set up their running game, and that was contrary to what they had been doing all year. But it was a very well executed game plan, and certainly a good game plan. I think Sims ended up hitting 20 out of 23 passes, and you see Sammy Winder watching there on the sideline. Phil is back to pass again. You can tell he has all kind of protection. Of course, the guy's holding Kenny Woodard right there, but he hits Stacy Robinson here down the sideline on what we call a fade route. We went a twin safety zone defense, hit him between Mike Harden there and Tony Lilly, and puts him in excellent field position again down to the 16-yard line. And when you're hot, you're hot. On third down, we got a chance to hold him and hopefully hold him to a field goal, and he tries to hit Bavaro across the middle. We knocked the ball loose from Bavaro, but McConkey's there to catch the ball, and Instead of having to settle for 3 points, of course, they go in for 7 points, and they gamble. I think the biggest play of the entire second half was 4th down and about a half a yard to go, and they came in and Rutledge ran a quarterback sneak off of a fake of a punt when they shifted up under the center. And, of course, there they had pouring the Gatorade on Phil Simms, who had just at that time had been announced as the most valuable player in the game. And Bill is getting the victory right at the end. He's certainly, I think, very deserving. He had a great year. His football team played extremely well all year. They played a lot of good, tough, close football games, were able to win it. And when you can win 17 ball games in one season, certainly you deserve to be, world champions.
Okay, we'll come back and we will talk about the ball game and about the future of the Broncos when we continue.
Nothing makes your day like helping others make it on their own.
You bring out the pride we all feel inside.
It's going to be easy next week.
It's more than just a job you do. You make America work, and this starts for you.
Good work.
Here's to you, Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This starts for you.
The Prince Edition, exclusively from Prince Limousine.
USA versus China. See the best in international volleyball as the world champion USA men take on China. Friday, February 13th, 7:30 p.m. at the Denver Auditorium Arena. Tickets are available at all Gart Brothers locations in Denver, Boulder, and Fort Collins. Also at Centerline Sports in Denver. Be part of it all as the USA men battle China for volleyball supremacy. Friday the 13th, 7:30 p.m. at the Denver Auditorium Arena. This event is brought to you by Gart Brothers Sporting Goods.
Bronco fans are a breed apart. They're loyal, loud, and they have the ability to make you play harder. They're demanding and insist you perform at your very best level. Maybe that's why we see so many of them here at the Trail Dust Steakhouse. They know that when they come here for their favorite beverage, steak, and live entertainment, the Trail Dust always performs at their level. And that's the end of my performance.
The Trail Dust Steakhouse, 2 locations, Westminster Mall and I-25 in Arapahoe.
News conference today this morning, you met your good friends of the press and media, all 1,200 of them or whatever. And I thought you said some interesting things. One, you said, we've got to address the running game. Can you talk about that a minute? And what do you have to do? Do you have to improve that to win a Super Bowl?
Well, I think, Ron, what we were saying is that you got to evaluate your football team and what areas do you really feel like, we need to improve in. And when you look at our team, I think the running game is one. But there's a lot of different ways to improve the running game. First of all, you got to consider what are your options if you kept the same people that you have right now on your football team. Well, I think the weight program is the #1 thing. I think Al Miller's done an outstanding job of making our football team stronger over the last couple of years, and I know that he will continue to do that this off season. And so we can get stronger as an offensive line, as running backs, and do a better job with the same people that we have. I think you also have to address that issue when you talk about the draft coming up this year, and we got to look to see if we can help ourselves in some areas that we feel like we're weak as far as our running game is concerned. So that will come from looking at the draft and also from evaluating our season to see exactly where we stand. And there's no question that we cannot be one-dimensional and win the thing. Very few teams have ever gone in and won a Super Bowl with a one-dimensional football team. And we've got, in my opinion, the best quarterback in football now. We have improved our passing game considerably over the last couple of years in all areas. In pass protection up front, our offensive line did a super job this season against some very good defensive football teams. John is continuing to get better. Our receivers are, I think, faster and quicker and going to continue to improve. We improved at our tight end position. I'm excited about Clarence K. I thought the week of practice out in Pasadena, he caught the ball better than I've never seen him catch the ball as well as he did. So I know that if he can continue on the road to recovery as he is right now, that he can be an impact football player at tight end for us. So I know that our passing game is good, but we've got to improve our running game. I think the other area that you have to look at is our defense. We've given up way too many points, particularly in the second half of the season. And again, I think you evaluate it from what you're trying to do. We've got to look at it to see, why we're giving up as many points as we are. We also got to evaluate it from a talent standpoint, again, through the draft to see if we can improve it, because the way you get better in any phase of your football team is competition. It's either going to make the people that have the jobs play a little bit harder, or somebody's going to step in and take the job over that's going to do a better job. So I think those are the two areas that we've got to look at this offseason, and if we're going to make it back to the Super Bowl and win it, then certainly those are a couple of areas that we feel like we can improve.
Would you personally like to see your team play a more attacking style defense?
Well, I thought we play attacking style defense, but for some reason I said we got to sit down and evaluate it. We, in the second half of the season, gave up way too many points, and now that is a team concept too. You got to look at it from turnover standpoint. You got to look at it from field position as far as your special teams is concerned. But in a lot of those ball games, we were giving up, a lot of long drives, and they were sticking the ball in the end zone. So, if you look at the Giants, for example, they're not an attacking per se type defense, because people look at an attacking type of defense and saying, hey, that's a blitzing team that's really going to come at you. The New York Giants never come at you with more than 3 or 4 people. If they do more than 3 or 4 people, that's really against what their philosophy is. So, and yet they play as good a defense as anybody in the league. We couldn't get it in the end zone yesterday, and the reason it's so difficult once you get down in the plus territory to score against those guys is not only are they good athletes, but the area of the field narrows down, and they play zone defense, and so they're not attacked at all. They're sitting back, and because they have less area to cover, it's hard to drill something in there in between them. So you have to be able to run the football. So we just got to look at it and evaluate it and see, at the end of the season, as we always do, some of the defenses maybe is not as good as we thought they would be. We got to work on those. If we can't improve them, then we got to drop them the same way we do every year. We just got to do an evaluation, and we just got to figure out how we can keep teams from scoring as many points as they did the second half of the season.
Do you think 24 hours later the Giants wore you down physically in that game?
I don't think there's any way that, they did a great job in the third quarter, but I don't think it was because they wore us down. It was because they had great field position. We start the second half. We get a very poor kickoff. They return the ball, and all of a sudden they're sitting on the 36-yard line. All they got to do is go 64 yards for a touchdown, and that's what they did. And the next 3 times we touch the ball, we're inside our 20. We got terrible field position, and we don't convert and make the first downs, and all of a sudden we give them 3 straight possessions of excellent field position, and our defense was not able to come up with the plays to stop them then, and that was basically the ball game at the end of the third quarter.
Okay, we'll come back. We'll wrap things up in just a minute.
Like many before, you came here asking for just one thing. A chance.
Pronounced Shidwoski. You're gonna make it here, 'cause you make America work, and this one's for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This bud's for you.
It's the dawn of a brand new day.
Introducing new Sunspray Coast. Same great Coast lather, but a whole new scent.
Cause Sunspray picks you up in a brand new way, like the fresh, clean feeling of a brand new day. Coast picks you up and makes you feel alive. Yeah, Coast, feel alive with Coast.
New Sunspray Coast and invigorating regular Coast, too.
Now, at your Western American Ford dealer, 3.9% financing. Get $3,900 or $600 cash back on 4x4 Bronco 2, 3.9 or $500 cash back on Rugged Rangers. Now, during Traction Action Days at your Ford dealer. Big savings on all front-wheel drives and 4x4s. But hurry, This is a limited time offer. Big savings, 3-9 financing, cash back. See your Western American Ford dealer today.
At Prince Limousine, we specialize in total ground transportation services with an extra touch. From the airport, your office, home, or hotel, Prince Limousine offers luxurious transportation services to fit any lifestyle. So whether it's an intimate evening on the town, a special event, meeting, or group gathering, Prince Limousine offers luxurious transportation services to fit any lifestyle. Choose the Rocky Mountain region's largest luxury limousine service, Prince Limousine.
What do you think, Dan, is the one thing your team got out of the whole week experience in Southern California?
I think that's basically it. The experience of being there, of knowing exactly what it takes, of being able to measure yourself against the team that's world champion and saying how far are we away, from accomplishing this. And I think that's, the best measuring stick you can have is head-to-head competition.
Don't you feel in your heart that you'll be back there maybe as soon as next year?
I don't think there's any doubt if our team continues with the work habits that we showed the last couple of years, that if we improve and get some players that are going to push some people up, make our football team, we just got to rev it up one more notch, and I think we'll be there.
Hey, thanks for everything all year. You've been a delight to work with, and have a good off-season.
Well, Ron, I mean, it's been a pleasure for me, and it's always done in a class way, and I appreciate what you do.
Thanks, Dan. We hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did this year. We'll see you next July in Greeley. Good night, everybody.